So I'm very concerned about how the residents of Dynnyrne are being treated with the proposed outlet Fifth Lane. I have been approached by a number of residents who are concerned that negotiations around the compulsory acquisition of their homes hasn't been fair and reasonable, and they're feeling incredibly pressured by the government to accept a negotiated settlement. The Land Acquisition Act provides for more generous provisions when the government is acquiring people's homes. And I called on the government this morning to give a guarantee that they will allow the provisions of the Land Acquisition Act to apply in these particular situations. Because the residents are feeling incredibly pressured. They say to me the government is pressing for them to accept a negotiated settlement rather than going through the test and the application of the Land Acquisition Act. As I say, this particular act provides for more generous provisions to ensure that they are no worse off and that they are adequately compensated for losing their homes. The Minister today, whilst he provided the guarantee, quite clearly then went on in the next breath to say that they preferred a negotiated settlement. Again, this appears that the government is bullying the residents of Dynnyrne into accepting negotiated settlements, pushing through a deal with the residents as quickly as possible without giving due consideration to the fact that families are losing their homes and that they ought to be fairly and appropriately compensated.
The government seems pretty hell-bent on discrediting your claims about this project. How does that fit?
Look, I certainly think the government is protesting a lot because they're actually quite worried about the things that I am uncovering and the fact that the Dynnyrne residents are speaking up very loudly on their own behalf. This project does not need to go ahead. There are many other options in terms of traffic congestion on the southern outlet. But in particular, the way that those Dynnyrne residents are being treated by this government is despicable. They haven't been adequately included in community consultation. Their concerns haven't been heard. And now we find out, when the government is pushing ahead with this project, complete folly of a project, that they are trying to bully and pressure the residents into settling for negotiated terms. It is not acceptable. We are talking about people's homes. It is no wonder the Minister is feeling a bit prickly about this. I suspect his conscience is pricking him, but he knows that he can do the right thing here, and it can be fair and reasonable to those residents and allow them to have the benefits of the Land Acquisition Act appropriately applied to them, and to ensure that they get generous compensation for what must be an incredibly distressing and difficult time for them when they're losing their family homes.